Hello, everyone. My name is Assemblyman William Magnarelli, Chair of the Assembly Standing Committee on Transportation. I'm joined with my counterpart in the Senate, Senator Kennedy. I would like to introduce the Assembly members of the Transportation Joint Budget Conference Subcommittee. First of all, to my left, Member Kenneth Zebrowski, Chair of the Assembly Corporations, Authorities, and Commissions Committee. Next to him, Member Dee Dee Barrett, Chair of the Assembly Energy Committee. Member Inez Dickens is not here. We have Member Michael Norris, Assembly District 144. We have also alternate members of the subcommittee from the Assembly are Member Kenny Burgos, Assembly District 85. Assembly Member Alex Boris, Assembly District 73, and Assembly Member Joseph DeStefano, Assembly District 3. The Assembly's recording secretary will be Julie Barney. At this time, I just would like to open it up to any of the members of the Assembly who might want to make an opening statement. Yes, Mr. Norris.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I want to take the opportunity to thank the Budget Committee for coming together today. As we embark on the budget negotiation process, we hope that the five-way discussions are conducted to ensure the views of all New Yorkers are represented. These budget conference committees provide the public with necessary budgetary transparency that we have been very supportive of. First and foremost, in our view, from the minority, the governor's proposal failed to recognize the impact of a 22% construction inflation rate. For example, the New York State Department of Transportation, July 2020 to July 2022 price adjustments show significant cost increases. Fuel costs have nearly doubled, asphalt nearly 80% higher, and steel costs have increased by approximately 115%. In light of this unprecedented cost increases, the governor's proposal does not get the job done. CHIPS remains stagnant at $530.1 million and has remained flat for several years. This level is inadequate for the needs of our local roads, and the Assembly should match the Senate's proposed $200 million increase to better support municipal roadways needs. The Senate proposes to increase for extreme winter recovery as well by $70 million for a total of $170 million. The Senate also increases funding, an additional $50 million for Bridge New York and $30 million for state touring routes. The Assembly should also provide for upstate communities by matching the Senate proposals, in our opinion. Therefore, we once again stress, on behalf of the Minority Conference, that New York's direct investment in local roads and bridges through CHIPS and extreme winter recovery remains fundamental. It deserves priority consideration in the final allocation of state infrastructure improvements in the budget for the 2023-24 fiscal year, with increases in Pave New York, which we applaud the Assembly majority for an additional $100 million that they put in their proposal, and also then increases in Bridge New York and pave our potholes as well. Mr. Chairman, thank you for the opportunity to be heard for our views for investing in infrastructure.
Okay, and now we have Assemblywoman Dee Dee Barrett.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just as the chair of the fairly new chair of the Assembly Committee on Energy, I just wanted to just make a welcome to everyone to participate in this budget process. It's a critical time for all of us in the legislature. I want to thank the Speaker for his leadership in our one house, and I just want to make clear that it's so important as we look at the climate goals and the other goals that we want to achieve in this state at this moment in time, that we're bringing everybody along with us, that we keep our constituents informed, and that we have a plan for being sure that everyone understands that we're not struggling with disinformation, that we understand what we are actually doing, and that part of what we put in this budget is funding to make sure we message what we're doing for the people of New York State. So thank you.
And thank you for reminding me to thank everybody else. Ken, did you want? Okay. Ken?
Thanks, Mr. Chair. Just briefly, as a chair of corporations, authorities, and commissions, and this table is obviously the MTA. I look forward to working with my colleagues in the Senate and certainly on both sides of the aisle to make sure that we fill that operating deficit in a way that's fair and equitable, and also recognize the vital importance of that system to the 12-county region, folks within New York City, and how vital it is to the economic engine across in the state of New York. So hopefully we can come to a conclusion to this budget process with one that fulfills all those goals. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Zabrowski. Whoops. Thank you. And again, thank you to everyone who's in attendance today. And before I give my opening remarks, I want to turn this over to Senator Kennedy for his introductions and opening remarks.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'm Senator Tim Kennedy. I'm the co-chair of the Transportation Subcommittee. Honored to co-chair this subcommittee with my colleague, Assemblymember Bill Magnarelli. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce the following members representing the Senate on this subcommittee. Senator Leroy Comrie, Senator Monica Martinez, Senator James Skoufis, Senator Peter Oberacker, and Senator Mario Matera. The Senate designates Rick Rogers as secretary for the purpose of taking minutes. The following agencies that will be announced to be at our table will be the Department of Transportation, the Department of Motor Vehicles, the MTA, and the New York State Thruway Authority. I want to recognize the work that the Senate Democratic majority under the leadership of Majority Leader Andrea Stewart-Cousins has done to advance a record level of funding in transportation dollars. We listened to the industry and recognize the poor conditions of our roads and bridges, and as such, the Senate Democratic majority added $8 billion to the remaining 4 years of the Department of Transportation capital plan, an amount we believe just begins to address the state of our roadways across New York State. In addressing those roadways, we also focused on local roads. The highway superintendents across New York State asked for funding specific to those local roads, so the Senate, in turn, added $200 million to the Consolidated Highway Improvement Program funds. That will add to that a total of $738 million all in. Another $70 million to the Extreme Winter Recovery Funds, $50 million more for Bridge New York, and $30 million more for state touring routes. We also listened to our mayors across New York State and added $15 million to increase reimbursement for the maintenance of state arterial roads through our communities, something that hasn't been increased in 35 years. And we indexed that to the consumer price index rate of inflation, so we don't have to wait another 3 decades for an increase. We also heard concerns from the MTA about the increase in the payroll mobility tax and the fact that they had to get $4 to $5 billion over the next several years with the leadership of Chairman Leroy Comrie in concert with the Transportation Committee. We heard their call for more funding, but we removed that portion that increased the payroll mobility tax here in New York State. The Senate One House also removes the next 2 MTA fare hikes out of a belief that the MTA's finances shouldn't be balanced on the backs of everyday working New Yorkers. And recognizing the need for transparency, the Senate advanced a proposal that'll require individual contracts and project information to be public available, requiring more detail in capital and financial expenditures, which only builds on the forensic audit that this conference passed in the 2019 budget. Our One House also recognizes transit outside the MTA by increasing operating aid for each non-MTA system by 20%, giving them resources they need to continue and expand service and provide long-term stability with dedicated revenue. And finally, recognizing the need for additional freight rail safety across the state, our Senate One House provides funds for an additional 10 state freight rail safety inspectors. So overall, I believe the Senate One House provides the most support that is necessary in areas of transportation across our state, and I urge all involved to recognize this true need for funding. I'd like to recognize my colleagues for comments. First, I'd like to call on Chairman Leroy Comrie. Chairman?
Thank you, Chairman Kennedy. Good evening, everyone. I'm Leroy Comrie. I'm honored to chair the Committee on Corporations, Authorities, Commissions. I'm pleased to co-chair with Tim Kennedy on these issues in the Transportation Subcommittee. I just want to echo everything that he said. I won't repeat, but we are recognizing that as a state senator, we have to make sure that the entire state is covered. Senator Kennedy has worked. I've worked with Senator Kennedy to increase CHIPS funding, to increase all of the other funding that he named to improve our roads upstate so that we can increase accessibility and tourism. Also pushing to do broadband in those new roadways also, so we can increase accessibility for last mile, first mile for our communities upstate that are suffering from lack of broadband accessibility. Also want to take a minute to commend the MTA. In the last year, they built the first railroad station in the Long Island Railroad system at the Elmont Station on time and on budget. So it shows that they do have the capability to do things in an efficient manner using design build to make that happen, which is something that we're going to work on reauthorizing this year with the proper safeguards as well to make sure that we can continue to save money. But also, as Senator Kennedy said, to make sure that we are funding the MTA properly so that they can continue to serve the needs of constituents, but also asking for more transparency to ensure that people can feel comfortable that the MTA is spending their money wisely. We've asked them that they are supposed to do $100 million in cost savings this year, $400 million over the next 3 years. We're going to try to make sure that that's monitored with additional audits and oversight so that the public can feel comfortable. I also want to thank all of the committee members as well for making sure that the entire state knows that we need to have a Penn Station that's throughway that's accessible to all rail, that has through the opportunities for transportation, for intermodal transportation through running, so that if you're taking an Amtrak train, you can go onto a Long Island Railroad, so it used to be a Long Island Railroad track, and vice versa. It's important that New York State and New York City remains an economic capital, and with every other major nation doing through running and intermodal transportation, there's no reason why we can't do that with a new Penn Station, when we've been shown by folk that they can build that type of station with less dollars than the MTA had proposed in its original plan. So I don't want to be repetitive. Senator Kennedy talked about a lot of the other monies that we're saving. I just want to point out that we're not taxing the city an additional $500 million to take over the MTA paratransit when we have the opportunity to fund that in this budget. And I look forward to working with my colleagues as we continue to make sure that the MTA is funded with enough resources and enough capacity so that they will not increase fares, which is something that we took out of the budget as well. So thank you, Chair Kennedy. I look forward to making sure that this budget is a budget that will realize all of the necessary goals we need as New Yorkers to continue to improve our transportation and infrastructure rail throughout the state. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. Next, we'll hear from Senator Monica Martinez.
Thank you, Senator. Just to echo what my former two colleagues mentioned, it's very important in that we balance this budget and not on the backs of our taxpayers. And we've listened very closely to our localities. As chair of local government, this is a priority for me. We've heard about the MTA. This is something that Long Islanders, at least in my area, are very opposed. And I thank not just my colleagues, but our leader for listening and making sure that they remove this from the budget, as well as increasing our aim. That's something that our localities are always looking for, an increase. And I'm very glad that we added additional funding. Just moving forward too, I would also like to raise the awareness of our airports and the need to also include that into our transportation talks. I understand we have the roads and the rails, but we also have the airways. So for the future, let's kind of also focus on them as well.
Thank you, Senator. Next, we have Senator Peter Oberacker.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you all for taking time to come here to this very important conference. You know, local roads and bridges and the dedicated workers who maintain them are essential to public safety and our economy and are a true asset. One of the first assets that I use every morning is one of our local roads, state and county. And as construction costs continue to increase and our local governments cannot keep pace. A 22% inflation rate is outpacing state funding and handcuffing our counties and our towns, and everyone, and I mean everyone, suffers. I'm glad to see the Senate budget has included increases over the governor's plan in several areas that myself and my Republican colleagues and I have called for. And those are CHIPS funding, extreme winter recovery funding, Bridge New York, and key programs that will continue to lead to true infrastructure improvements. We also need to ensure parity when it comes to the state transportation spending. And I am sympathetic to the needs of the MTA. However, upstate roads and bridges need to receive the same consideration. In recent years, many of our rural areas have been on the losing side when it comes to state support, and that has to change. We need to ensure the final transportation budget is fair and equitable for all areas of the state. My rural Senate district encompasses all or part of 7 counties, and I travel these roads every day, and I do mean every day. And I can state that these roads must be addressed. And as we work towards completion of a fiscally sound budget, and our highways and bridges across the state need to be a priority. Chairman, thank you for the opportunity to talk, and thank you all again for coming today.
Thank you, Senator. Next, we're going to hear from Senator John Liu.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm very delighted to be part of this conference. And I want to thank you and Chairman Leroy Comrie and all of our colleagues for all of their efforts for transportation. I just want to briefly say that the Metropolitan Transportation Authority continues to be the lifeblood of the economy of not only New York City, but New York State. And accordingly, we must invest in the MTA, which, as we all know, has been suffering for these last few years from a serious erosion of ridership. The best way to get those riders back is to make that service more reliable, and we can do so by reducing the wait time in between service, trying to get to a 6-minute wait for all bus as well as subway rides. And I'm especially excited that our Senate budget resolution has a pilot program that will provide free service on 10 bus lines throughout the city of New York. I hope that that will make it into our final budget. With that, thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Senator Liu. Next, we are going to hear from Senator Mario Matera. Senator.
Is that better? Is that better? There we go. Okay, thank you, Chairman, again, Kennedy. And thank you for your leadership. We all know how important this committee is, transportation. We care about our roads. Last year was so important. Long Island Expressway finally got repaved, and, with potholes in New York, New York and Long Island deserve better, and we, made sure that got repaved. But one thing that's so important is our CHIPS funds, and I'm hoping that there's going to be a good amount that's going to be going into that. All the colleagues I know mentioned about the CHIPS. But, this drop shipping, we have trucks driving 7 days a week all over our neighborhoods. And not for anything, too, our local roads are being worn out. And we just have to make sure, I appreciate, in this budget, that there's going to be a good amount that's going to be going into our local CHIPS funds. And again, this is about jobs also, too. Me being a union leader for years, a decent wage, a decent health care, and a decent pension. These are local jobs to local people that will be working with the union trade. So I'm very, very excited about that, but we need to make sure that we invest in our infrastructure. And I know with this, everybody on this panel and the leadership also, too, with both houses, we're going to get the job done. So I just wanted to say thank you very much for having this and me being here today.
Thank you, Senator. And again, thank you to my Senate colleagues. I'm now going to turn it over to my co-chair, Assemblymember Bill Magnarelli.
Just for a couple of remarks. Again, I'm pleased that we're here today with the Senate to examine the proposals in the 2023-24 state budget related to the DOT, Department of Motor Vehicles, Thruway Authority, Metropolitan Transportation Authority. And there are major issues that will need further discussion, including transportation infrastructure, as we've been talking about, and how we fund it, including state and local roads, bridges, mass transit, rail, and aviation systems. And also mass transit operating assistance. Regarding the DOT capital plan, the Assembly did put in the budget, and it includes increases to the executive proposal, $100 million for Pave New York, $80 million, which Chairman Kennedy alluded to as a 20% transit capital increase for non-MTA transit, $20 million to passenger rail, along with freight rail that the Senate has put in. Regarding mass transit operating assistance, the Assembly provides the following increases to the executive proposal: $209 million for upstate and non-MTA downstate transit operating assistance, $197 million to avert the proposed 5.5% MTA fare increase, $50 million for an MTA zero fare route pilot program, and $10 million in state fiscal year 23-24 for the Innovative Mobility Initiative proposal. So there are some things that we disagree on, but I think there's more things that we do agree on, and that is that our infrastructure has to be taken care of, whether it be roads, bridges, freight, aviation, whatever. So we look forward to doing that. And again, I thank everyone for being here and listening, and I turn it over to Senator Kennedy for his final remarks for this session.
If there are no additional statements, we will adjourn the meeting. Thank you, everybody, for coming, and the Senate looks forward to working with the Assembly and the Executive in the next week and a half. Thank you.
Thank you.